Welcome to your daily focus for December the 3rd, 2020. My name's Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Truly, thank you so much. You absolutely rock. I send that light and love right back at you. So we have the 3 energy today. The 3 energy, communication is part of it. Absolutely. So pay attention to what you are trying to communicate, what you want to communicate. Things that are being communicated to you. The Strength card jumped out. We haven't had a card jump out in some time, but we got a doozy. The Strength card. It's about recognizing or utilizing your strength, your courage, to walk with a step of integrity. Your word is your honor. You stand behind your word, you stand behind your actions, you're forthright. And that gives you strength, that gives you empowerment. What's that saying? People with integrity expect to be believed, and when they're not, they let time prove them right. So don't worry what other people are saying or thinking or doing that is trying to interfere with who you are and where you're going and what you are creating. So I almost get a sense of self-nurturing needing to be involved today in some way. Okay, we're going to put that in the deck. We'll talk about the 3 energy. The 3 energy is the Empress. The 3 energy is creation, birth, birthing. And if you think of the Empress, in every deck that I've seen at least, the Empress is still. The Empress is sitting on her throne. You would think with an energy of creation and giving birth that you would see a lot of busyness around the Empress in most of the pictures, but it's silent, it's nature, it's a stream. It perhaps is the most movement, or a bunny hopping by her, or a small animal of some sort, because it is about getting grounded in nature. It is about grounding ourselves. And it's about sitting back and thinking about what you truly want to step into, what you want to create, what seeds do you want to plant. If you wanted to plant a daisy, you wouldn't just grab a daisy seed. Do you just want the traditional daisy? Do you want baby daisies? Do you want those ginormous daisies, like those Shasta daisies? Do you want painted daisies? Do you want them different colors? Do you want them that white and yellow? You're going to really think about what it is you truly want. What is the statement you want to make? Whether it's your garden or your path forward. Of who you are becoming. And we're always becoming. We have been since birth. Each and every day we change. Just slightly. That's why we can wake up some days and say, how did I get here? Numerology of the day is a 10. 10 is moving into new chapters, new seasons. And knowing that it is a solar eclipse we're walking towards, we know that, it's like grabbing a blank piece of paper and you writing your story of who you will become, of what you will manifest, of what you will create, of what you will step into, of who is in your life. And 1 + 0 is the 1. Well, that's independence, absolutely. That's standing on our own 2 feet. That's wanting to trailblaze. So once again, it's that new beginning, that new start. that we want to step into. But we are in a lunar eclipse, and this is a time of releasing and letting go and completion. So when we have that much energy trying to push us into new things, we're going to find that imbalance of paying attention to our steps and making sure it's what we truly want. So we're saying yes to what we truly need to say yes to, and no to what we truly need to say no to. We're not jumping the gun. So we're right back to the beginning of the 3 energy of the communication. Making sure that we are communicating properly, what our intentions are, what our dreams are, perhaps what we want, and be respectful of other people when you talk. I think that's part of it in some way today. Anyhow, we have the sun in Sagittarius. We have the moon in Cancer. So Cancer is nurturing. Once again, nurturing ourselves. So make sure you're taking care of others. Absolutely make sure you're taking care of yourself. Because if you're not 100%, you don't have the true energy to help another. So make sure you're taking care of you. And if it's not in your daily routine, figure out how you're going to put it in your daily routine. Because it's a prerequisite. It's a must. You come first. When you are feeling happy, when you are feeling joyful, when you are feeling 100%, when you are feeling on your game, you can change the world. You can move mountains. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say, shall we? Look at this, the Knight of Swords. Yeah, this is how we're feeling today. We have been going through the woods, the deep, deep woods, where the trees were so thick we couldn't even look up to see the moon or the sun to give us guidance on which way to go, which way to turn, which path was good. And we hit dead ends in paths. We walked and all of a sudden there's a cliff or a giant stream that we couldn't pass. And we'd have to backtrack and come around again. And now we've hit this clearing, and now we jump on our stallion, we raise our sword, and we yell, charge. We want to go forward. We feel the energy of that solar eclipse coming our way. And yes, it's a ways off yet. It's on the 14th, so we've got a ways to go. Almost 2 weeks yet. We've just entered the lunar eclipse. So with the night, you have to remember this is a young energy that isn't always being as observant as they should be. So this is another hint to you to slow it down a little bit. And that's not to say to not jump on that stallion and yell charge, but know the direction you're going in. Know what seeds to plant prior to acting, because you might have to back it up. And you've already done enough of that getting to here. The Two of Pentacles. Oh, there's decisions to be made. We are weighing things out. And this tells me that you have many choices, and they're all pretty good choices. So it's finding out truly what path you want to take. What one brings in the most benefit or value to who you are. And this is also saying that you have to weigh things out. You can't, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Although I'm pretty sure you can. But it would be an overload. We have to make decisions over one thing over another right now. And we know we have to leave a part in the past if we want to step into the forward. So throughout this lunar eclipse, we're looking at things that have been hurdles, are pulling us down, are burdening us in some way. And perhaps it's an internal thing. Oh, what was I was listening to something today, and they said, about how people can have an opinion about you, and it becomes a truth. And so now I'm researching this, right? Because I know it's out there. I don't like to speak just from a spiritual sense. I want you to understand that the scientists are understanding this. They're doing the experiments now on these theories, and they're finding a lot of solid things. But anyways, Michael Jordan, when he was I think a young teen, his coach benched him. Said, you shouldn't be playing this sport, boy. Now, if Michael Jordan was feeling already a little bit bummed out, or somebody just pointed out a different weakness or a failure, or he wasn't sure about his own ability, or he didn't feel his own confidence, his own strength, or that true calling and following it, he might have taken that coach's opinion for truth. And we never would have had the experience of Michael Jordan. And I think that's a powerful one, how one person can do one thing in our lives or say one thing, and it can be a fleeting sentence. It could be, what was the other one? Oh, I think it was about the speaker himself. He said that he remembered, coming home when he was, a young lad under 10, and his math, he had a math test and he flunked it, and he was like, oh, I'm a failure, I'll never be good at anything. And he was really beating himself up on the way home as he was bringing his test home to be signed by his parents and having to show them a failing mark. And he got home and his mom's, hugged him and said, oh, honey, don't worry about that, you're good at so many other things, nobody in the family's good at math, it's okay. And he went, oh, so it's not me, it's the parents I chose. So, all his life, if he got barely a passing mark in math, he never even worried about it because he knew he was supposed to suck in math, and he went on to pursue different things. Because he took that as a truth about himself for so long. And it wasn't until he was in graduate school or something that he was like, the light bulb came on about that. That's not right. Because he had to take a statistics class, which is math, right? And then an advanced statistics class, which was high math, right? So, and he found out it was fun. And he thought that was so wrong. I never took an interest in it, but here I am. So, anyways, it could be something, I don't want to say that, everybody had this horrifying childhood. And so, obviously you're scarred. But it's just noticing where you took somebody's truth once and made it or somebody's opinion and made it your truth. I don't know where I got off on that tangent, but I did. And if you know me, I'm going to go off on my tangents. So we're deciding between things that we have to let go of, and it could be just a truth. That's where I got it from. That's what I was taken away with reading the card. And the death card. Yeah, it's really about releasing, isn't it? It's really about letting go of something in our world today, and it's probably heartfelt. It probably gave you a false sense of security that you were right all these years. It's okay to be wrong, especially when it's going to liberate you, especially when it's going to free you. Who told you once that, everybody in the family has that, don't worry about it, or you're too tall or you're too short. You'll never be good at that. Find something. You'll never make money at that. Be realistic. You're going to have to put a roof over your head. You need to look in this direction for careers, not that. Do that once you have money, which never comes because we're doing the thing that we weren't here to do. This is about freedom. This is about liberation. This is about letting go. This is allowing a death of something that has been hindering you, holding you back, weighing you down. It's time to dissipate it, to look it in the eye and say, you no longer have the power over me. That statement no longer has the power over me. That way of thinking no longer has the power over me. Yesterday, I was this. Today, I am this. got a mantra. Cheer up. Live in the moment. I know it has been an extremely hard year for all of us. Some of us devastating, some of us chaotic, some of us smaller griefs, and yet the pain, the things that weigh us down, the statistics that we hear, the sad stories that we hear, the personal stories that we have to tell, the experiences that we need to share, that have weighed us down this year. It's been a hard year. It's been a 4 year. It's about teaching us, about grounding ourselves, about understanding what was truly important. But it's time to cheer up. We are moving into was I just talking to this with just my Patreon members or all of you? I can't remember when I had the conversation, but we are moving into, I think it was here, a 5 energy year, right? 2021. And so we're going to learn how to invite happiness in, but this time it's going to be healthy happiness. It's going to be happiness that makes us strong, makes us complete. So let's live in the moment a little bit more. Let's not worry so much about what happened yesterday because it's past. It's not part of our reality anymore. Only what we choose to take forward with us. And tomorrow hasn't happened yet. So you can speculate, but chances are things are going to happen that are unexpected and unavoidable, and living in the moment and going with the flow right now, and I have been saying this for a couple of months now, is the way of moving through the energy that we are going through. By going with the flow, by not being too rigid, not too set in our way. Now, with a Cancer moon, that's easy for me to say. It's really hard to accomplish because we like our safety, we like our comfort, we like our home, our family, the things that we know, the things that keep us grounded. So, if you must, then turn on the radio and grab the broom and dance that broom around and sweep the corners and get rid of the cobwebs. Or grab a paintbrush and paint a room. Give it a brand new look. And go for a jog. Plant a flower. Build something. Write your story on that blank piece of paper. Cheer up. Live in the moment. Enjoy this moment in time. You know, you get a bill in the mail. Okay, I owe money. Not at this very moment. So if I don't have the money in the bank and it's, if it's 2 days down the road, then, well, we'll worry about it in 2 days. And, we'll worry about it before then. But we're not really going to give it that concern. Not here in this very moment. Because for this very moment, I know I still have 2 days. And anything can happen in 2 days. So I'm not going to worry about it, especially if I don't have the money in the bank. I'm not going to worry about it. In fact, I'm going to find something that's going to make me happy and laugh and raise my energy. Because when you raise your energy, when you laugh, when you cheer up, your energy, your vibration is already raised to accepting in. Maybe a cash bonus from your employment that you weren't expecting, or a government check comes in, or, anything could happen. You could find it. You could find it on the street, for goodness sakes. Don't worry about it. Cheer up. Live in the moment. Know that you are protected. Find things to laugh about, to giggle about. Let's see what the I think it's a hard year for us to cheer up. I think we have to be especially over the last several months. Days are hard, and people are worried, and people are living in fear and with heavy anxieties, more anxiety than usual. So know that each and every one of you are in my thoughts and prayers for happiness and joy, health. Don't dwell on the past. It cannot be changed. Why obsess about the future if things beyond your control can happen at any time? So what I said, I should have just read the book, right? Uh, Become childlike again, as yesterday never mattered and tomorrow is another day. Do something spontaneous. Stop, smell the roses, bake a cake, sit and watch people walk by. Just live in the moment and enjoy what you are doing. Allow the universe and your angels to assist you effortlessly at this time. Listen to the angels sing. Be still. Just go with the flow. If you are feeling exhausted, if you're feeling disheartened, just rest and do nothing. Nurture yourself. Once again, nurturing yourself. Nurture yourself to re-energize for tomorrow. Do what you need to do to cheer up. And the mantra is, I live for today. I feel cheerful. We'll get an animal here. Yeah, they feel like they need to be shuffled a little bit, so a shuffling we will do it. So we're going to feel that need, that want to step into a new experience. Really think things through. The Two of Pentacles tells it best by really thinking things through. We can't have everything, so we have to decide what we truly want, where we want to place our focus, our attention, where we want to set our goals. To liberate yourself, to feel the freedom, to get, and that comes through joy and happiness. You're feeling depressed, do something for somebody else. Smile on their face will create a smile on your face. Take a chance. I think we're hearing ABBA in our mind. Take a chance, says the Sea Star. Take a chance on yourself. Take a risk on yourself. That is the message. And if you've been watching me for 7 or 8 years, you know that you can go back and, it was more about, it was hard to do a lot of those readings because we were really being cleared out of some major things in our life. We were really going through chaos and struggles. There wasn't a lot of harmony 8 years ago to be talking about. And I think we can all look back, and we can look back on 10 years, 8 years, 5 years, the last 3 years even, and the struggles. And so you know that I'm not a reader that sits here and goes, oh, just believe. And I am doing my research on it. And as I find my research, I will share it with you. And, you go out and do your own research. Prove me wrong. Freedom, chance, fear, and passion. Life itself cannot give you joy unless you will it. Life gives you time and space, and it's up to you to fill it. If you've chosen Sea Star, it's time for you to take a chance, a leap of faith. You've been lacking in energy, perhaps, or motivation. And it could be out of fear, anxiety, or maybe you're just caught up with a bit of laziness and beached yourself. It can be scary to change, and although you may feel stuck, you're never truly stuck. You have free will to change the course of where you want your life to go. Free yourself from the past. Allow yourself to feel again. You could be stuck at a dead-end job, so look for one in a different field that feeds your passion. You might be eyeing the cute girl at the coffee shop, or looking at the cute boy who changed your oil, or the cute girl who changed your oil and the cute boy at the coffee shop. When you begin to take a chance on one thing, you will find it easier and easier to continue doing that in every part of your life. which will draw you closer and closer to your ultimate successes. And you won't know unless you take a chance. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.